background in thank you. With strong background in data analytics, actually, even he's got experience with cloud, AWS, and even support, second level technical support, and also experience with different banking applications as well. So, and he has also worked for different companies and banks as well, and even trainings, even with the likes of.
I think it's okay for us to start.
Okay.
Sorry.
With the likes of Philip Consulting as well as some other banks. Yeah. So it's very, very seasoned data analyst. And to be honest, he started his career as a developer. You still have opportunity to hear from him. I will ask him to, actually speak about what he's done before and what we're going to get in this particular program anyway. So, with this program, I think I would say in the next it's going to be 3 sessions or 4. I'll ask him. It's not going to be a long one because it's only for Power BI anyway. So you have experience to know Power BI from beginning to the end. So that is the focus. But I will let him, maybe take 1 or 2 minutes to talk about who he is actually. So, and then you can ask questions. Then we'll go into the program. Thank you so much, Ebenezer, for joining. Yeah.
Good evening, Deji.
Yeah.
Good evening, my friends, my teams, my colleagues across the globe.
Good evening.
Good evening, yeah. Okay. I know if you're in London, we're at the same time. If you are in Indianapolis, we are 5 hours behind. If you are in Canada, I think we're about 6 hours different from one another. All in all, I say good evening to you all. I'm in Nigeria here. I'm speaking from Nigeria. Just like you mentioned, being in classroom training, physically, virtually, has been a convenient assignment for me for a couple of years back. And I've been around for close to 2 decades. I started career as instructor as an NYSC in Nigeria. From there, I graduated as a programmer, Visual Basic, VB.NET, developing an accounting application. But at a point in my career, I chose to move to database administration, and which I have no regret. I enjoy it, I love it. I started full database administration with Alltech West Africa Nigeria Limited. It's a South African company that are based in Nigeria. And all the telecom organizations you might know in Nigeria, we produce recharge cards for them for almost 10, 15 years. When transformation of technology takes scratch card away, and we move to era of buying your recharge card online with your application, etc., like that. Well, I'm the type that I never wait for things to go haywire before I move. Sensing the direction of things, I move to bank. As an Oracle database administrator, I actively been a database administrator for some of the formidable bank in Nigeria. From there, I joined First Bank to support them on their document management system as an application support and database administration along my career, because it's too difficult for me to be complacent of sitting with an organization that you will agree with me, there is no, even the Fortune 500 organization, when you join them, by the time you spend 6 months, everything you are doing there become routine for you, because they employ you to do one activity or the other. If they employ you as a programmer, there is a job assigned to you. If they employ you as an application support, there is an application you are supporting. As a database administrator, after 6 months, every other thing that comes to my table becomes routine. Only occasionally you pick up a project, this and that. But because of that, I find it difficult just to sit down and be doing a routine job. I great indulgence of myself to train with the formidable training organization in Nigeria, Philip Consulting, New Horizon, to some of us that know the terrain of Nigeria, Elevate there now, and host of others, corporate organization, come and train our staff, come and do this, that, have been doing. So being an Oracle and SQL database administrator, I have gathered, managed silos of data. At the long run, I just discovered, from experience, I discovered this data that I just sitting down with an organization. When I saw a clinch of data analytics, I was so elated. So I have been gathering data. The organization does not even know how to interpret or to make use of them. This make me to twist my career and embrace data analytics. It's been very fun. It's been very interesting working in data analytics environment, telling story with my data, speaking to reports, speaking the language the management want to hear with my data. This has been my function, and I want to assure as many people that will be on this training, you will have no regret meeting me as a data analytic expert. And Power BI is one of the core tools in your data analytics. And maybe some of us that are coming on board are fresh from different ideas. Your data analytics embraces Excel for gathering data, SQL for gathering data. SQL and Excel, they are meant to gather your data, to present your data, to design your data, but to analyze your data, your Power BI or Tableau. If you want to go beyond, you want to have control on the dissection of your data, on the breaking of your data, shaping your data in a way that are interested, most especially the filter part of the data, then your Python comes in handy. So for your data analytics, you span through Microsoft Excel, Microsoft TSQL, Oracle SQL, either the Oracle one or Microsoft one. SQL is SQL. Then your Power BI for visualization and presenting of information, or Tableau. But because I'm more or less a friend to Microsoft, despite I'm proficient also in Tableau, I still have my preferences. You know, some of us that are polygamous in nature, you know that no matter how, when you have two wives, you still like one compared to the other. You may not show it, but within you, you know that you choose one over the other. That is the way I see Power BI and Tableau. I still have preferences for Power BI over Tableau. Then Python for programming, if I want to manipulate my data and present it in a proper way. So this is the general myself with data analytics, and I'm confident that you listening to me, you have a value for your time. That has been my interest. Deji.
Yeah, it's just show now. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No problem. So let me start by beaming my screen out there. I'm going to take course on Power BI with Microsoft material, which is standard material from Microsoft. Can you see my screen, colleagues?
Yes.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Can you tell me what do you see on my screen now?
Module O.
Module 0, introduction.
Good, good. So I want to be sure we're on the same page. Please, I'm a dynamic instructor. When I speak things that are not clear to you, please call my attention. One of my mentality in teaching is I want to value your time, because for you to sit down 2 hours, to sit down and listen to me, it's important to me to make you benefit in that 2 hours. If you allotted money for it, I want you to have value for your money. Then I also prime future. Today, I am here as an instructor. In the next few hours, I don't know where I meet you. I know some of us are captains of industries. Some of us are CEO of industry or managers in an organization. That I just want to learn this thing. So, somebody is talking at the background. Are you calling my attention to something? Okay. So my idea is that some of us are here that, oh, this data analytics, I have things to do. I want to learn it. I want to know it. So I, as a person, as an instructor, as a facilitator, I value your time and your presence that you are allotted to listen to me. So I want to do everything in my capacity to make sure the time we spend together, we value together. Am I communicating to all of us?
Yes.
Good. So if I'm communicating from Microsoft perspective or Power BI, I will start with the introduction. I will jettison one or two things that I've mentioned before. Introduction. Then here is just talking about generality of Microsoft. I've already done this one. I've introduced myself. Then for me to, I need to be dynamic with how I communicate with people. I want to sit down 2-3 minutes to listen to my students. I want, just tell me possibly your name. Let me know your course, the reason why you are here, so that when I am teaching, I have seen somebody from philosophy in my class that said, I am interested in IT and I am interested in managing data. So I come around to learn. There and then, if I have somebody like that in my class, I will not, the way I'm going to relate with you will be different from a computer scientist that has spent 4 years in university and probably that's what he's doing now. The exposure between the two of you will be quite different. So for me, listening to my students to introduce themselves is for me to be able to balance when I am talking. I will be able to carry everybody along. I hope I'm communicating. If I'm communicating to my students,
Yes, you are.
good.
You are.
Let's speak in the next 2-3 minutes. Can we unmute ourselves one by one? Introduce yourself. Tell me your background, so that when I am teaching, I will carry you along. Oh, it's taking the floor. Okay, let me start by the way it's being arranged here for me. Okay, I have the pre-major. Temi Olowo. Can you unmute yourself? Temi Olowo. Good evening. Yeah, well done. Yeah.
Thank you. My name is Temitope Olowu.
Okay.
Yes, I have a background in computer science, and
Okay.
I'm studying my master's in business information technology.
Okay, good. So
Thank you.
Are you in UK or Nigeria?
I'm in UK, Scotland.
Okay, no problem. That's good. Ajayi Adetunji.
Good evening.
Good
My
evening.
name is Adetunji.
Okay.
I'm a tester.
Okay, tester. Okay. What's your background course, Adetunji?
Physics.
Physics. Good. So you can see now that the way I will relate with Temi will be a bit different from the way I will relate with Adetunji, because Temitope has a background in IT. Adetunji as a physicist, yes, you are a scientist, but yes, you have proficiency in maths, and I know that. But then with, I'm sure, dynamism, you may not really, yes, you might, from your own volition, you must have done one or two things in IT environment. Depends, not everybody vast. So, but then in my class, I'll be able to marry all of you together. You're welcome, Adetunji. Akashiku, I hope I say Akashiku Savior.
Yeah, Savior, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a background in chemical engineering.
Okay.
Well, I'm interested in data analysis, so I'm much more interested, yeah, in learning this and switching over. I'm
You are
not
in
using
a,
my
you are in a good and safe hand. I can promise you that.
Thank you.
Good. Ayo Alunge.
Sir. My name is Ayola Alonge.
Yeah.
I'm an aspiring DA, aspiring data analyst. I
Okay.
have a background in sustainable planning and environmental management.
Good.
I'm in the UK.
Good. Okay. So, Ayodeji. Tell me a bit about yourself. Okay. Ayodeji is.
Sorry about that. I was on the phone. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think my name is Ayodiji. I'm presently studying architecture at the University of Edinburgh. Right. I'm looking to switch to data analysis.
Ayodeji, architecture, data analytics. What are you looking for? Kilo wa kiri now.
I'm looking for money now. Now, why are you?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bukunla. Bukunla, talk to me. Okay. Busayo, are you there? Hello, Busayo.
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening,
Okay.
everybody.
Good evening.
I have my background in mathematics and I studied business administration on master's level. So
Okay.
I'm aiming to become a data analyst, and that's why I'm in this program.
To some of us that may not know, Busayo they are the co-hosts of computer scientists. They are the grandmother of computer scientists, the mathematicians. So everything we are doing, we sit on their shoulder. You're welcome. You're welcome. Comfort.
Evening.
Good evening, Comfort.
I'm looking to become a software engineer.
Okay.
My background is HR. Thank you.
Oh, you are our employers. You're welcome. Emmanuel.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Shotala.
Okay.
I'm a forensic accountant. So I've got masters in forensic accounting. I'm in the UK. I have idea of Power BI because sometimes I've done a course business intelligence. So I don't know, maybe it is in that line or it is something different. Thank you.
No problem. You will identify that as we are progressing. Eniola Sanusi.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eniola Sanusi. I'm an accountant, and I want to have a knowledge about Power BI because I want to combine my finance with data analyst, which is going to be financial data analyst. Yeah, so that's my aim.
Great. Nice meeting you. Afsat.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Hafsat. My background is banking, and then I'm studying BA here in this course.
Okay. Wonderful. Julius. Hello, Julius. Can we hear you? Julius. Okay. Kemisola Shotola. Can we hear you?
Good evening, everyone.
You're welcome.
I've got a background in banking and finance. Currently, I'm BA here. and I'm in UK. Thank you.
You're welcome. Macnell, can I hear you?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Marcus Nelson.
Okay.
I'm a surveyor and a GIS analyst, so I'm in for data analysis on this program.
Okay, you're welcome on board. Mercy Omeke.
Hello, everybody. My name is Omeke Mercy. I'm in the UK, Scotland precisely. I'm a pharmaceutical and analytical science master's student. So I'm actually here doing software testing, QA analyst. Why I chose QA analyst is because I've always been interested in quality control. Both in the science world and the food industry. I've always been interested in quality control. So this program gave me an opportunity to have an insight on how tech is. So I just chose something in line with my passion, something I already had passion for. So I just went for quality assurance software tester. So that's why I'm doing this. So my expectation for this course is to be grounded in quality assurance for software, and also add it to my experience in the pharmaceutical side. So I have both experiences. That's why. That's my expectation for the course. Thank you.
This course will talk to you, analyzing your data, present your data, all these things as interwoven, as if there's a wider impact on all of that thing that you will see in all of that courses you will be taking. Olani Olasimbo. Okay, can we hear from Precious? Precious.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Precious. So I studied law at university. I'm just taking a data analyst course because I'm looking to go into cybersecurity in the next few years.
Okay, great. You will see value in this. I think my last pause on Ridwan. Ridwan, talk to me.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. My name is Ridwan. So I have a background in geology. I studied geology. I have BS in BSc, and then I did masters in project management. So I would like to have an experience in Power BI, so just a ground knowledge of it. If probably I'll be interested, I'll be looking towards it. Yes, thank you.
Wow. So it's been interesting talking to all of you now. Very, very interesting. That's nice. So at least I've seen that in this class, I have varieties of people here that cut across facets of all courses. Medicine is there, law is there, scientists is there, bankers are here. So good. Glad listening to you, and I promise you that you will see value for your time here. So that's all about our students. Let's progress. These ones are normal Microsoft expectation in classroom environment. We need not bother ourselves about that. I think this is the first hit of the course. Data analyst role. What is the role? What is the expectation of you as a data analyst? The last two sets of students I taught, one set were Fidelity Bank Nigeria, then the last one was NCC Communication. I quite interested when I was engaging them, and I quite realized that many of us are just mentioning data analyst. What is expected of data analysts? Deliverable, actionable insight by leveraging available data and applying domain expertise. That is your expectation, okay? And I want to tell you, as a data analyst, put it at the back of your mind. You are to analyze data. You are not the custodian of the data. You are not the originator of the data. You are not the one that gathers the data. Okay? The data has been gathered by database administrator, application originators, Salesforce, SAP, Finacle, FlexCube, customized application of your organization. That is the source of those information. But you as a data analyst, they now call you that, look, tell us story about our data. Please underline the words, tell us story about our data. An organization calls you, hey, Temitope, this is my organization data. Tell me story. What sort of story do they want to hear? What is their expectation? That is your role. No, I'm just making an allusion. No, I speak directly to my students. I don't talk in abstract. That's why I mentioned the top person. If I want you to respond to me, I will pause. So delivering actionable insights by leveraging available data and applying domain expertise. Domain expertise is, where am I interpreting this data? It could be a geology data, to my guy in geology. It could be a chemical engineering data. It could be a pharmacological data. It could be a medical report of your patient in hospital. That is where your domain of expertise, domain where that data is coming from is. It could be a banking environment. It could be a law firm. To my lawyer, Precious, you might come up and say, how many cases, you might look at the courts. How many cases have been heard in this court for the past 10 years? How many of those cases have been resulted? How many of those cases were judged, being melted out? How many of those cases went to appeal courts? How many of those cases went to Supreme Court? It may be. How many of those cases have a lot of controversial points? How many of those cases have controversial faces? You might want to analyze and see those things. You might want to say, who are the lawyers that prosecute this case? How efficiently were they able to present their case to the judge and get results? How efficiently were they able to convince the jurors of their cases? That might be your interest. So depends on the domain, depends on what you want to look at. The second rule, collaborate with key stakeholders across verticals to identify business requirements, clean and transform the data. Again, I will keep hammering onto you. And a data analyst does not work in silo. You must collaborate with others. You must collaborate with your business analyst. You must collaborate with your database administrator. You must collaborate with your application management. You must collaborate with every facet of business that interwoven your application. Collaboration, balance, and humility. There is no arrogance there. You are the most humble. You are the most humble participatory organ in this facet, because whatever you want to do depends on others. You are not custodian of it. Responsible for designing and building data models, relationship of your data. That you will see reports, dashboard using Power BI. This is the key. Your key role in these phases is responsible for designing and building data models, reports, dashboard using your Power BI. That is your core here. That is what is independent unto you. When you are through with gathering your data, cleaning your data, assembling your data, when you are through with all those, then the next thing is to do your role here. Then have proficiency with Power Query and writing expressions by using DAX expression, data analytical expression. The last two are your core functionality as a data analyst. Am I communicating?
Yes.
Good. Let's move on. About this course, prerequisites. Successful data analysts start this role with experience with data visualization, product and services such as Microsoft Power BI. Then there is no really prerequisite to come to this course. Your prerequisite depends on me as a facilitator to make you see reason why you are learning it to make you see value for the course, to make you appreciate what Power BI is doing and the value for it. That's your main prerequisite. Understanding of both on-premise and cloud-based data reciprocity. That is, if I want to stretch you, if I'm talking to some of us that are computer scientists and I have gone a step higher, that I've been a cloud engineer, then I will have to balance between the data on-premise and data in cloud. But I think in this class, averagely, I don't, except if somebody will call my attention that you are part of cloud team, no problem. Then finally, a fundamental understanding of Azure data services. That is if you are tending towards the clouding part of IT. Good. Let me move on. Any questions so far? If you need to clarify anything, please call my attention. I will answer you. About this course, this is what we want to examine. This is what we are going to talk about in this course. Identify and retrieve data from data source and understand the different connection methods. That is, where are the sources of the data you want to analyze? We identify it, optimize query performance on those data, okay? How to structure your data, to picture your data, to model your data. Profile and examine the data and apply data shape transformation. Transforming your data, make sure I keep record of character data, floating data, numeric data, currency data, and make sure I put everything in good perspective. No mixture of information. Develop a scalable and performance data model. That is talking about the Power BI. When we are demonstrating that, you will see value for that. Enhance the data model with data expression. Data expression is data, DAX is data analytical expression. It's taking perfect control of functions you are writing. There are a lot of inbuilt functions that come with your Power BI. And some of us that are Excel experts or SQL experts, there are functions you interact with. Those functions, they are implicit functions that accept your value and give you results. But I want to go further. I want to see what is happening inside of those functions. That is where my data analytical expression comes in. I want to write my formula. I want to know what goes in there. And majorly, one of the key things that stand out in your data analytical expression is your filters. I want to control the filters of grouping my information. That is where your DAX come in. They are using measures, calculated measures, or calculated columns and tables. They use variables and aggregations to optimize model performance. Okay, that's another thing we examine, using our variables and aggregation to shaping our model. Design and create reports and dashboard. That is the story that you want to tell with your data. The story you want to tell is about your report, is about your dashboard. Okay, select and add appropriate visualization. What is the appropriate visualization you want? Is it that you want to show it in pie chart, you want to show it in bar chart, you want to show it in line chart, you want to show it in matrix format, you want to show it in table format, you want to show only the values. That is where visualization comes from. Perform advanced analytics. Okay, then create and manage workspaces. Then manage data set and data set refresh. That is when you now upload your data analytics report to Power BI services. Then apply rule level security. This is what we want to, this is what we are going to talk or speak about in the course of Power BI. Well, the code should, in case you decide to certify yourself on this course, should, in case you want to demonstrate to your employer or potential employer, I have done Power BI. I am proficient in Power BI. I am good in Power BI. I am an expert of Power BI. You can decide to write a certification, and the code for the certification is PL300. Remember, This is the core course in your data analytics. When you want to write the exam of data analytics, the area they want to test you is being divided into these 4 areas: how to prepare your data, how to model your data, how to visualize and analyze your data, how to deploy and maintain deliverables. These are the 4 areas they will test you in your certification. And your preparation of data is between 15 to 20% of your question. Modeling of the data is between 30 to 35% of your question. Visualizing and analyzing your data between 25 to 30% of your data. Deploy and maintaining deliverables between 20 to 25% questions that you will answer. That is the breakdown. Then you can see some of these things in your learn environment. It's an environment whereby you read more of Microsoft information. That takes me to the end of introduction for Power BI. Any question? Hello, my people, any question?
I'll just start with one of the things you said. You know, when you are going to start, you started with your preference. You said Power BI and Tableau, they kind of like do the same thing, but Power BI. Can you like expatiate on that, please?
They are both presenting your data in a visualization format. They work similarly, but in my view might be there may be other fellow that felt I am comfortable with. It's not about comfortability, but Power BI presents more details and more dynamic, more flexible than Tableau. They do the same thing, similar thing, but it's just like a programming language to some of us that are IT inclined. Your Java and your VB.NET, they are both Java and open source, VB.NET, Microsoft. They are both programming languages. Your Python is a programming language. Python is more simpler, but more robust than many of them, more stronger than many of them. So it's just a preference. Nothing lost.
Okay.
Nothing lost. You are not losing anything at all. And if you've done anything or any course, if you have read anything about Tableau, you are not losing anything at all. I can assure you that. You can complement whatever you've done there. You complement it. Some presentation of Tableau might be simpler, while some might be complex, some might be straightforward, some might not be straightforward. That's all. Any other question? Please, I encourage my students, ask questions, challenge my views, ask questions, okay? Good. So, in absential of any other things, I'm going to get started with Module 1 now. Getting started with Microsoft Data Analytics, okay? In this lesson, we want to look at concept of data analysis, okay? Concept of data analysis, and we want to start with the Power BI itself. So those are the 2 things we want to look at here, okay? So these are agenda, data analytics, and Microsoft. Then we want to get started with the Power BI. How does it look like? So we start with data analytics and Microsoft. Okay, look at the screen here. Data and information is the most strategic business asset. Is the most strategic business asset. Any business in the world. It could be a law firm. It could be an hospital. It could be industrial chemist. It could be production environment. It could be construction company. It could be assembly plants. Anywhere. anywhere, any function, any organization, any business, data and information is the most strategic business asset. Okay? As a data analyst, you are on a journey. Think about the data that is being generated each day that is available in an organization. You will be amazed at the volume of data that sits fallow in our various organizations, in our banking environment. You will be amazed the kind of information in law firm. Some lawyers are supposed to stress themselves. There are so many cases that have been argued and won. All they're supposed to pick is to identify these cases when they have a similar case on board. Take for an example, if you are employed as in Nigeria now, there is litigation about the past election. Supposing the employer as a lawyer, there are a lot of election cases in Nigeria that, if well documented, you're supposed to go there and say, okay, what are the selling points for this lawyer? What are the arguments for this case? On what ground do they grant judgment here? By the time you cite about 10 cases, 5 cases, the jury will be looking at you as a serious fellow. But when the data is not well managed, how will you see it? How will you gather it? How will you make use of it? So you will be amazed the volume of data that lies down in our various organizations. Telemetry data from services you use to signals that you get from different areas like social media. Don't be amazed. Your social media, there is a great data there to some of us that are forensic engineers. There are a lot of cases that when you go to somebody's phone and you see the conversation there, you can analyze, you can deduce, you can get so many information that can help your case. Businesses of today collect and store massive amount of data. Yet businesses continue to struggle to use their data in a meaningful and productive way. Am I talking to my student here? There are a lot of data that line fallow with an organization, but yet they are struggling to run their business because they don't know the value of those organizations. Okay, good. Which impacts their ability to act. They can't even act when they are competitors that interpret their data properly and make use of it and run it. They are sleeping. Business should be able to use their vast amount of data and information in such a way that impacts business. A business that has been running for the past 10 years should not be struggling to forecast. Should not be struggling to say, oh, this is the trend of my sales for the past 10 years. Oh, you should be able to project what will happen next year. You should be able to you should be able to identify the area that you fall short. You should be able to identify, oh, in 2025, when my business was going down in California, I inject 2 sales experts, and they were able to transform my business for me. It's your data that will tell you that. So these are the values you deduce from your data. Business decision makers depend on an accurate story to derive better business decisions. Take for an example, President Tinubu just said he removed the subsidy on Nigeria, either genuinely or not. It's based on those information that has been given to him. What is the accuracy of all this information? How genuine are this information? Depends on the source and how they gather. But you as a data analyst now, with the tool in your hand, you'll be able to see the data end to end, and you'll be able to make an informed decision. And if you find yourself to be an advisor to President, you'll be able to tell him, this is what has happened for the past 10, 15, 20 years of this organization. The faster a business can make precise decisions, the more competitive they will be and the better advantage they will have. Am I communicating with you? The faster that you can make a decision, a competitive decision, the better it is for you. When you look at the trend of what your competitor is doing and you analyze your data very well, you can call your team. This is most likely what company XYZ will dish out tomorrow. Okay? If it's going to do that, look at our data trend. What can we do to outsmart him? Oh, okay, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. Based on the data analysis here, if we do this, we are going to counter X, Y, Z. Before you know, you counter them and you're ahead of them in the markets based on your data. So the key to unlocking all this data is being able to tell a story as a story with via compelling and insightful results. Am I communicating to you people? So your journey of telling story with your data also ties into building that data culture within your organization. So while telling the story is important, who are you telling the story? Where are you telling the story? Who is listening to you? Some of us that are foreign in some of us that are working with top management organizations out there, you will agree with me that your management, they do need a concrete information to move with. As a data analyst, don't come and tell management that I am going to gather data with Excel, I'm going to gather data with SQL, I am doing this. They don't have interest in your technicality. They need to see the report. If you are looking at my screen now, look at your right-hand side. That is what your management want to see. Here you see from extreme right side, you see your column chart, you see your area chart, you see your line chart, you see your column together cluster column charts there. Then you see your various values, okay? Total category of volume, percentage unit of market share, total category volume, sentiment. These are speaking to summary of your information. On your left-hand side, I am showing you the various sources where your data can come from. And I know we should be able to identify, if nothing at all. Can anybody identify? I want you people to tell me what can you deduce from the diagram, the circle there. Can anybody talk to me? Unmute yourself.
You said?
Okay, this is basically the way you source your data, the way you manipulate.
The left-hand side, there is a circle.
Yeah. I'm talking about the left-hand side, which is the circle that has the Excel, the Oracle, the SQL. It literally means the way you sort your data, and you filter them, manipulate them, and present them in a visualization format on your right-hand side. So this is actually the brain behind the visualization in your right-hand side, which the organization would not be interested in. You just want the result, which is the visualization.
Thank you. So these are the summary of what you are just saying. These are your source of data. Your source of data. Where those information are coming from. Are you surprised to see Facebook here? Are you surprised?
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all, sir. Okay. Are you aware that your WhatsApp is also a source of information?
Yes.
Are you aware? Your Snapchat, your Instagram, they are all sorts of information. Your Netflix is a source of information. Okay. So these are source of information that your management does not care. They don't want to care where you are getting those information for. All they want is, okay, what is my performance? The guy that owns Netflix is looking at how many films have been uploaded to Netflix, how many subscribers are there, how many people are watching movies there. The number of subscribers you have there tells you that these are the people that remember, the number of subscribers tells you about the people that pay subscription to your Netflix, and that's where his money is coming from. So if you are just telling Netflix owner, if you are narrating a movie to him, does he have interest in your movie? He may have a time to watch movie, but when it comes to his business, He's not concentrating on your movie. He's not looking at the content of your movie. He's not looking at the content of what you upload there. He's interested in how many subscribers, how many dollars is coming to me, how many pounds is coming to me. That's his own interest. Good. So, source of information, the interpretation, ultimate goal at the end of this course. Good. Any question? Any question for me?
No.
The next thing we want to look at is overview of data analysis. Data analysis is telling a story with data. Very simple. Please write that in, put it in your left hand, meaning don't forget it. It's telling a story with your data. And there are 5 categories of analytics. You have a descriptive, you have a diagnostic, you have a predictive, you have a prescriptive, you have a cognitive analysis of your data. Before data can be used to tell a story, it must first run through a process that make it usable in the story. It's not all data that you can present very well. Some people, they just gather data for you. But when it comes to presentation, you will not be able to, except you perform some processes on it. Thus, data analysis is the process of identifying, underline that. Data analysis is the process of identifying the source of your data, source of your information that you want to work with, that you want to analyze. That's the first thing. The second thing is cleaning the data. In cleaning your data, you are sieving out unnecessary information that might be gathered. It's possible your data administrator gather some column of information that does not have bearing with what you want to do. You sieve them out. It's possible when they are capturing your data, they capture some wrong information with your data. Cleaning, sieving out those ones that you don't want. Some of us, is there anybody that doesn't know what BINS is there in this class? Is there anybody that doesn't know what BINS is all about? Hi. Hello, class. Is there anybody here that doesn't know what BINS is all about? The class is silent. Hello?
Oh, we are here.
Good. You know that when you want to cook your beans, you have to take out the dirties there. Good. That is cleaning. Transforming. It's possible to capture your number as a string. You must be able to realign it. It's possible to capture your information in the wrong format. Transformation is where you correct it. It's possible that your field of information is not properly labeled. The label given to it is not capturing the information that you gather there. Transforming, that's why you check those information. Modeling, this is where you break your information into groups to avoid redundancy, to avoid repetition. There you want to manage your storage on the computer. You want to manage the efficiency of communication, of linking information together. That is the purpose of modeling. Modeling data to discover meaningful and useful information. So the data is then crafted into a story via report for analysis to support the critical decision-making process. After you clean the data, then you now have to make sure you can group your data together and you can tell a story with your data. By the time you get to the practical part of this course and you've seen what is happening there, you appreciate. So while the process of data analysis focuses on the task of cleaning, modeling, and visualization data, the concept of data analysis and how it is important to business should not be understated. Remember, there is a process, okay, of data analysis that talks about identifying, cleaning, transforming, modeling of data to discover a meaningful information. That is a process. But now I'm not telling you that the concept of data analysis Come again. Sorry, I can't hear you.
I don't think the person is talking to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. So to analyze data, core components of analytics are divided into the following categories. So I'm trying to tell you the process of analysis. I want to talk about the concept of data analytics now. That's what I want to talk about here. As the world becomes more data-driven, storytelling through data analysis is becoming a more vital component aspect of business, large and small, is the reason organizations continue to hire data analysts. They want you to be able to interpret data. There are volumes of information, like I said, sitting down there. So data-driven businesses make decisions based on the story their data tells. What story is this data telling? What is the story about? And in today's data-driven world, data is not being used to its full potential. I want to tell you, there are volume of data that has not properly been used. So you are in the right direction, taking a data analytics course, home and abroad, not Nigeria, not UK alone, US, China, Singapore, Malaysia, all over the world. There are volumes of data lying around that people are not using. But thank God for America. America has been harnessing data analysis very well. And that is why you can see some of the information are precise. They have some, that is one of the things they criticize China for when COVID broke out, because China did not release information at the right time for people to take caution, despite they had those information before. But then, because they just gather information, it's not well interpreted, nobody's making meaning of them, nobody's making use of them. Okay? So now, data analysis is and should be a critical aspect of all organizations to determine the impact to their business. Take note of that. Determine impact to their business, including customer sentiments. You know, from your data analysis, you will see the sentiment of your customers. You will see customers that prefer a banking environment, that prefer online banking. If you gather your data properly, you will know that some customer doesn't want to come to court, they just want to do their business online. From your data analysis, you can deduce that. You can also deduce that some people want to enter banking hall before doing their transaction because of scammers. I want to talk to the customer service care. I want them to know this is what I want to, this is my expectation. Okay, so it depends on the choice of whoever. Customer sentiment, market product researches. What are the products that are in sale? What are the products in vogue? What are things people are buying? Identify trends. That's where your social media comes in. You can get your trends from via WhatsApp, via Telegram, via Instagram, etc. like that. And you have a lot of other data insights. Okay? Like I said, your data analysis encompasses the following category: descriptive. What do you mean? Descriptive analytics helps answer the questions about what has happened. You are looking at your data. What has happened to the data? Why do I have a low sale in 2020? Why do I have a high sale in 2021? What constitutes? What is the component? Descriptive analytics helps answer the question about what has happened based on historical data. From your historical data, you should be able to compare. This is what happens in 2015, 2016, 2017, 18, 19. Hey, 2020 we have a COVID. This is what happened. You should be able to see your data at a stretch together. Okay, so descriptive analytics techniques summarize large data sets to describe the outcome to a stakeholder. That's what your descriptive analytics does. It's going to summarize your data and tell the stakeholder This is what this thing is all about. And that is what you are seeing here. Let me flip back. Okay, sorry. Look at this diagram I'm showing you here. This information is looking at a whole lot of information and summarize them that, okay, oh, I have a total category volume of 50,000. I have a percentage of unit market share of 33%, meaning that all I am showing out to our market share and my market strength, the expectation, the acceptability in the market is just 33%. Okay, and total categories volume 16,000. Okay, and the sentiment 68. So these are the information that your data analytics is shown out to you. Sorry. So that is about descriptive. Any question there? The next one is diagnostic. Diagnostic analytic techniques supplement more basic descriptive. Dear colleague, at this point, at this moment in this class, I am laying foundation to let you know that whatever data you are gathering, whatever data you want to analyze, these are the expectations from your data. This is what your management is expecting from you. Okay? Next one is predictive analytics techniques. Use historical data to identify trends. You want to predict. You are looking at, okay, I am selling beer. I am selling drinks. You want to look at in Scotland. What time do I make higher sale in Scotland? You want to look at Edinburgh. What time do I have a low sale in Edinburgh? You want to look at London City. Oh, what is the trend? What is the expectation? What time do they buy more? The hot weather, the cold weather. You want to see, okay, you are selling whiskey, you are selling beer, you are selling beverages. Which one sell more in winter? Which one sell more in fall? Which one sell more in autumn? Okay, so you're predictive. When you now look at over 10 years data, you'll be able to say, okay, in winter, I need to sell more, I need to sell more whiskey. Then you stock whiskey for your winter. It's going to inform you on the product to buy and stock in those periods. That is, and from there you'll be able to say, okay, definitely if I have this sale for the past 5-10 years, so this time around I should be able to have this sale. Predictive. You'll be able to predict. Okay, predictive analytical tools provide valuable insight into what may happen in the nearest future. What will happen in the nearest future? Then prescriptive. Some of us that are medical oriented, you know, prescription. You prescribe a drug for your patient. Go and use this one. So by using insights from predictive analytics, data-driven decisions can be made. These techniques allow business to make informed decisions in the face of uncertainty. And finally, cognitive analysis helps you to learn what might happen if circumstances changes. What happens if weather changes? What happens? How do I cope? Or what if during the winter you have larger number of immigrants to your location that stretches your resources, that stretches what you have? Cognitive. What will you do? How will you react? Okay. So how will you react? That is what your cognitive is talking about. Cognitive analytic helps you to learn what might happen if circumstances change and how you might handle these situations and derive conclusion based. In Nigeria, some years back, custom wants to do their they want to do recruits. Unfortunately, the crowd that they see exceeded what they planned for. And you know that in UK and US, there is expected all auditorium has capacity expectation. If you are going beyond the capacity expectation there, I'm sure they will chase you out of that facility. they will tell you that you want to cause commotion, you want to cause problem. So all these dynamics, that's what cognitive analysis takes care of. Am I communicating?
Yes, you are. You are.
Good. So the next thing I need to let you know about is roles in data. The roles. What data roles? What are the purpose of the people managing our data? Business analysts, they are the custodian of the business. They know the business, they understand the business, they are speaking to the business. And the business analyst is not the same thing as data analyst. Data analysis, you are crunching the data, the information gathered. Business analyst is interpreting the numbers to favor his business. He wants to take advantage of the information in the data to augment his business. Then your next one is data analyst, you now. Then the next one is data engineer, who works with your data administrator to design your data, the field there, what information goes to field A, what information goes to field C, what information goes to field D, etc. Data engineer. Then data scientists. Data scientists want to look at key. Hey, if you say this data is a float number, how many decimal places can it take? 10, 15, 20, 22. Those are the job of data scientists. Okay? He wants to be sure that is the rightful person, is the genuine person that is manipulating the data and making use of it. The data administrator. Database administrator is to maintain sanctity of your data, keeping your data, protecting your data. That is the role of database administrator. Am I communicating? Any question for me? Hi, class. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's say now, in an organization,
right?
There's not like a business analyst there, because can data analyst also function as a business analyst, which is presenting whatever data he has collected or to the company in a visual format for business insights?
Okay. Sorry, who is asking me question? What's your name?
Marcus Nelson is my name.
Marcus Nelson. You work a bit in Nigeria before you moved to UK, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I work for myself.
Okay. Your question is on premises of Nigeria. In Nigeria, we don't promote specialization. Okay? In Nigeria, as a database administrator, I can be made to function as a business analyst. I can be made to function as a data analyst. Okay? But in an ideal situation, a business analyst is different from a data analyst. Europe, America, South Africa will not allow the same person to perform the two roles because their expectation, their guidelines are quite different. They are quite different. But unfortunately, third world, we find ourselves, in fact, it's your manager that will tell you, Oga, what are you saying? What business interpretation are you talking about? Is it not about the Finacle application? We are getting this volume of data. Your manager will even tell you there is more expertise in the job than you. So he doesn't need any specialization. Go and gather your data, go and realign your data, go and present information for me. That is Nigerian mentality. That is not an ideal situation. I am in Nigeria, okay? I've moved out there. I've seen the way they do things in Europe. I've seen the way they do things in America. I've seen quite a number of, even Malaysia, that you can say a third world. In Malaysia, I was there. I saw the way they handle data, unlike us. In Malaysia today, you cannot be a manager of any organization in Malaysia if you are not an indigene. But a whole professor in Malaysia can get to Malaysia and become a lectural assistant. You understand me now? So they believe in specialization. So nursing, Your question, the appropriate thing, the ideal thing is you are not expected to perform the roles together. Yes, there are thin lines in between them. There are thin lines in between them, but you are not in an ideal environment. No, you are not to perform it together. Am I communicating? Am I communicating?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good. So many of us that will move from Nigeria, you have to realign yourself. You have to do some reorientations before you fit into their society. I remember when I joined Alltech West Africa, my manager, our CV in Nigeria, there are so many courses we are doing that we are proficient with our first courses. But because you don't know where your next move will come from in Nigeria, today you said you're a database administrator, the set of job they're applying is business data analytics. You now become dummy. That is why in Nigeria you see us. In fact, majority of that are UK. You will know that our resume in Nigeria cannot fit to UK. Like you have to restructure your resume again. Otherwise, nobody will call you for interview. Nobody will even listen to you. Nobody will even hear you. Because the content, the concept is totally jargon to those environments. Am I communicating?
Yes, you are.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Now, what are the tasks of data analysts? What's your job now? We are driving down gradually. What is your job as a data analyst? There are 5 items that are listed on the screen for you. Prepare, model, visualize, analyze, and manage. Now that you've looked at who and what, it is time to look at how. The how. You already know that data analysis is one of several critical roles in an organization, helping uncover and make sense of information to keep the company balanced and operating efficiently. You want to keep the company balanced. You want to make the company to run efficiently. You want to be precise in what you are saying. When you are talking to the ED, to the MD, to the executive, to the board of directors, you don't want to talk as somebody that is gambling on information. You don't want to talk as somebody that they will look at as, hey, do you understand what you are saying at all? Does what you are saying make sense or meaning to you? Okay, so those are the things that you want to avoid as a data analyst. As such, it is vital that you, as a data analyst, clearly understand your responsibility and the tasks that are performed on near daily basis. What you do on daily basis. The skill set of a data analyst is essential. Your skill set matters in helping organizations gain valuable insights into the expanse of the data they have. Dear brother, this profession is a nice and good profession when you know your onions, when you know how to dissect and present your data very well, working closely with others in their respective roles in the organization to help bring light and valuable information to the organization. You are a key part of the organization. Okay? As a data analyst, you are probably spend most of your time split between the prepare and modeling task. You will, by the time you see practical of these parts, you will appreciate better. If you don't prepare your data well, you will not get the valuable info. You can interpret wrongly. And I want to note I want to give a sound note of warning to you that you just have to be sure what you are doing. Interpretation of your data can make or mar people. To my HR lady, data analytics is proper. If you don't properly analyze your data and you go ahead and say, hey, some of your sales rep did not meet their targets, okay, you are already putting their job on the line. Or maybe you are saying you dissect your information wrongly, and the people that are supposed to be promoted, they were being sidelined because of your criteria. Dear brother, home and abroad, whatever you are learning, whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are in UK, whether you are in US, data analytics is the same thing across the globe. It's an international phenomenon. So Power BI is an international phenomenon. It's not restricted to any region. Whatever I'm talking to you about Power BI today, if you go to US tomorrow, you want to learn anything there, it's going to be the same information that they are going to pass across to you. So you need to know how to prepare and analyze and make sure you are accurate in the information you are giving out. Okay, good. So bad or incorrect data can have a major impact, resulting in invalid reports, a loss of trust. These are things that can happen to you and can negatively affect business decisions. A negative business impact, and more. If you don't analyze your information properly, business can of information. Okay, after you prepare your data, the next thing is model. After you model, your model is you create a relational tables of your data. I will call your attention to that when we get to practical. Visualization is when you are now in a chart form, line chart, as I demonstrated for you earlier. That is visualization. The analysis part of it is what information I want to see the sales in a year. I want to see the sales in a month. Depends on what you are looking at. So that is that about the task of data analysis. Okay. So you can check some things online there. That's what Microsoft is talking about. I want to do a review questions for that aspect. Any question for me before we move to review questions?
Yeah, I don't know if you can quickly go over the roles again. Where you are talking about the different roles of data analysis, like in a team. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, thank you.
Look, this is not a role of data analyst. This is a role around data. Everything you want to do about data. These are the roles. Business analyst, how does a business see the data? How does it interpret the data? And I gave you an example of a law firm. A lawyer wants to prepare a case. Maybe Tinubu of this world, or Atiku of this world, or Obi of this world call you. Hey, they cheated me. They rigged my election. Come and prove my case for me. You are expected to, if the environment is well digitalized, you should be able to go to your digital library and see and query what are the election cases between 1954 to 2003 in Nigeria. And you start running through them. Oh, between Shagari and Awolowo, 1979, what happened? Awolowo said Shagari rigged election. Who argued the case? Who won the case? On what ground do they win the case? What is the argument point? You check it out. Election is election. By the time you also look at between Buhari and Obasanjo 1999, there were litigations. You check it and look at, okay, what are the things, the tribunal, what do they say? What is appeal? What do they say? What is Supreme Court? What do they relate? You get all those things. That is business analyst. You are speaking to the business. Then data analyst. Data analyst is the one that gathered the information, that grouped data, that put it in proper perspective. You want to speak with the data. Then data engineer, this is when you are now modeling your data. It's your data engineer that will tell you, this is he will identify, he will pick the business document and identify the information you want to keep from your business. That's your data engineer. Then your data scientist speak to each of the information you want to keep. Your data engineer will identify the field of information. He will say, I want to keep a name, I want to keep date, I want to keep age, I want to keep height, I want to keep complexion, I want to keep gender, I want to keep the sales, I want to keep the profit, I want to keep the country, I want to keep the state, I want to keep the local government. Your data engineer identify the information you want to keep. While your data scientist will now speak to how do you capture, how do you represent this information? How do I represent my name? Characters. How do I represent my salary? Number, currency. How do I represent my gender? Female and male. Now, well, I'm in Nigeria. I don't want to go to that part. I don't want to say anything about that. Okay? Then data administrator is the custodian of when they are gathering the information. He is the one managing it. He is the one doing backup and restoration when it arises. Am I communicating there? Do you understand that?
Data administrator is someone that does like what they call like job.
Yes.
Okay.
He does a job. He does what do you call it? The job, you set a job to manage activities on your data management, on your data management system. And your job could be, when do you want, what time do you want to back up? You wrote a job that will say that, okay, my backup, you start 10 p.m. or 12 midnight. Can do a job. That job will be running from time to time. Okay, it's the one that will determine that is 23. I will start my backup 2300. I will start my backup 2200. That's your job. Any other question? Hello, class. Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. So now, I told you this one is in two parts. So the first part is data analytics introduction that I have done. I have a few questions for you. This is my first question. I have about 6 or 7 questions here, and I want different voices. I don't want the same person. So, which data role enables advanced analytics capability through report and visualization? Which are the data roles?
Data analyst.
Data analyst. Okay. Is that Nelson?
No, that's Adeji.
Adeji. Okay, thank you, Adeji. So another person, that's your answer, data analyst. The second question, which data analyst task has critical performance and impact on reporting and data analysis? Who is answering me? Hello? Which data analyst task has critical performance, impact on reporting and data analysis. Who is helping me?
Is it data scientist?
Data scientist. Are you sure?
I'm not sure.
Have you listened to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in Nigeria before?
Yes, I have.
Do you remember Frank Edoho?
Yes.
So I'm asking you this question. Are you sure?
Yes, that's the only thing that came to my mind. Yes.
Okay. Who am I speaking to?
This is Eniola.
Eniola. Okay, let's see whether you're right. Can you see that? Model. That's how you shape your data. So take note of that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So the key benefits of data analysis. What are the key benefits of data analysis? Key benefits.
I think it helps with critical decision making in your business. It's just about helping you to make the right decisions in growing your business. That's what I think.
Who am I speaking with?
Nelson.
Nelson. I think you are right, Nelson. Informed business decisions. Okay. Because of time, let's move to the second part of the course. And this class is supposed to be 2 hours, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to be trying and I want to make it interesting for you. I want you to be happy to join me next time. Okay. So getting started with Power BI. We've done with theories of Power BI now. Okay. We want to see what is Power BI. Look at the screen you have behind. So Power BI is a collection of software, services, applications, and connectors. That's what your Power BI is all about. Okay? It's a collection of software service, apps, connectors that work together to turn your unrelated source of data into coherent, visual, immersive, and interactive insights. Like I showed you at the beginning, different sources where your data can come from. I can have a data from Excel. I can have data from Salesforce. I can have data from Finacle. I can have data from FlexCube. I can have data from Cloud. I can have data from Instagram. I can have from WhatsApp, Telegram, anywhere the information is coming from. Okay? The Power BI accept all of them and bring them together and interpret your information together. That's Power BI for you. Am I communicating? So,
yes, sir.
So whether your data is a simple Microsoft Excel workbook or collection of cloud-based and on-premise hybrid data warehouse, Power BI lets you easily connect to your data source, visual or discover what is important and share that with anyone or anyone you want. Okay? It allows you to connect to your data from various sources and you present a report that anyone will be able to interpret and relate with. Okay? Now, your Power BI is of, okay, few times you have your some few flavors. Three of them anyway. The desktop, a free application you install on your local computer that lets you connect to transform and visualize your data. Your Power BI, the desktop one, is the basis is the one that you use to connect to all your data, to generate your information, to transform your data, to prepare your report, is your desktop. So the next one is your software as a service. I can publish whatever report I have from the desktop to the Power BI service that you can connect to and see. I don't want to waste your time here because by the time we are doing it practically, you see it. Okay. So am I communicating? And finally, you have your mobile that you say your information with it. Okay, good. Let's move on. So here are some of your storytelling. These are some of the informations that you can generate from your Power BI. Can you see my screen? Can you see what I have there? Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, we are.
Good. So I can present my data as a single value, 104. I can present it as a currency value. I can present it as a pie chart. I can present it as a number like that. I can present it as a line chart. I can present it as a scatter chart. I can present it as a cluster column chart or cluster horizontal chart or bar chart. So I can look at it, I can present it as a column chart. I can go further and present as a map. Look at the last year, you have a map there. Okay, so these are ways I can visualize my data properly. These are ways I can visualize my data. Okay, let's move on. So this is another way to visualize my data. So I'm trying to show you building blocks of Power BI. Okay. So I want to concentrate more a little. So I've seen this is my canvasser, the area where I want to present my data. You can see all your column chart. Look at your column chart again, but in a smaller or concentrate on few items you'll see later. Look at the line chart. Look at your pie chart. Okay, and all others there. So these are various ways, diverse ways that you can present your information. Okay, these are your information in a query format. You will see all this when we get there. Okay, so turning and using Power BI. This is the screen. This is what you will see on your Power BI. This is where you see. I don't want to belabor you too much, but again, let me launch Power BI for you physically so that you can see. Can you see this yellow logo coming up on my screen with Microsoft below it? Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay. So this is the way you launch your Power BI. It's just like it's like your normal Word and Excel. Any of the Microsoft product that you might have used, your PowerPoint, your Excel, your Microsoft Word, I think so. So you can see that the screen looks alike, okay? But the content, the purpose of the tools might work different. But it's still the same way your Microsoft presents your, the way Microsoft presents your Excel, presents your Word, presents your the graph and code like that. It's the same way. Okay. Let me minimize this. Okay, so that's that about using Power BI. I know we'll still see it as progressing. So this takes me to the end of your introduction to data analytics and Power BI. So the remaining few questions to round up.
Yeah, can I ask a question, please?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
The software, how do you get it? Is it free?
There is free version of it. We will download it when we want to start practical. Fortunately, your practice is going to be done online because it's Microsoft Information. There is a simulate. There is a lab for us that run from end to end. Are you okay? You get me right? Good. Yeah. So, but then I'll still show you how to install Power BI itself. That's not a problem. I will show you. We even make use of it. So, what are the building blocks of Power BI? Can you remind me the building blocks? Does anybody talk to me? What are the building blocks of Power BI? Hello? Are you still there?
I think that should be data as collated now, basically, because your Power BI is your visualization. So meaning you already have set of data that you want to visualize with your Power BI software. So
Yeah.
I think at least there you can sort data through Excel, SQL, like import data to visualize with Power BI through these applications.
Building block of Power BI. Building block of Power BI. Building block. What are the things that involve? You mentioned one. Your visualization. Visualization, data sets, reports. Okay, these are the building blocks of your Power BI, and I mentioned it. So, building blocks of Power BI. Okay, so those are the things I was showing you there. Okay, so let's move to the question 2. What is the common flow of activity in Power BI? What's the common flow? I mentioned three things. What are the 3 things that will talk about the flow? Who is talking to me?
Yeah, so I think the flows, the common flows, the activities should be the maybe connecting to the data now, then analyzing it and presenting it, I think.
Yeah, you have idea. You have idea. Let's so go to that. Bringing the data into Power BI desktop and create a report on the desktop. Then I told you you have to share it to the Power BI service. Then you view and interact with reports and dashboard. That's the 3 flow. Bring data to the Power BI, desktop, Power BI Desktop and create a report. The next one, share it to the Power BI service. When it's on the service, then you can view and interact reports on the dashboard. Okay. So question 3. A collection of ready-made visual pre-arranged in the dashboard and report is called what? A collection of ready-made visuals pre-arranged in dashboards and report is called what? It's helping us. Who is talking to me here? Go on. Someone wants to speak to us. Hello.
Is it Power BI app? No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So all the visuals, the arrangements, everything is called an app. It's just a way to emphasize some of the things we've spoken about. So that takes me to the end of this. So we'll cover the following concept: data analysis, how to get started with Power BI. So these are the things we cover in this course. It's just talking about the reference online that you can go through. So any question for me?
Okay, what are the type of data sets, like in what are the type of data formats we can import to Power BI? I've never used it anyway. I just downloaded it now when we started this class.
Yeah, I mentioned them. You string, number, floats. These are the major information you can import to Power BI.
No, I don't think that's what he's asking. He's asking the kind of data, like he's asking maybe like spread, Excel sheet and things like that. I think that's what he's asking. Format.
Oh. No. I was also explaining to us the source of information. No, in the way he presented his question, what are the type? That's what I have answered. But if you are now talking about the source of information, good. Your source of information is either Excel, CSV, SQL, Oracle, Salesforce. I've said it over and over. Your Instagram, your WhatsApp, all the social media, Snapchat and co, you can import information to your Power BI. Which one is your question? Does any of those two answers speak to them?
Yeah,
Hello?
the second one actually answered the question, but I was more specific. We have yeah, you mentioned CSV, you mentioned Excel already. Yeah, that was my question anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Welcome. Any other question? So, in absence of no question, we can. Deji, is Deji still with us?
Yeah, I think.
Hello, I wanted to ask one question. Please.
Okay, go on, please.
Yeah, you mentioned like Facebook, for instance, now, and the other social media apps. And
yes.
I don't know, how do you source data from those places? Power BI? Is it that you connect the apps, like you link them through online connection? And what kind of data do you source from it? Sorry, stop crying, please.
You can pick all the audios that you are uploading, all your images. They are information for data analysis. Even your messages, your text messages can be extracted. They are all information. Yes. Everything that you are doing on your social media are source of information for forensic team. I just need to beg you here. That please, let's be cautious of what you put on social media. Social media will not forget even 25 years down the line, 30, 100 years down the line. It's going to be there. In fact, if you have never been in politics and you want to go to politics, the moment you take a form and people know, they will tell you the story of how they marry your mother. How your father chased the first wife. They will tell you all those stories. The same thing is on social media. Social media never forget anything.
I want to ask a quick question.
Please go on. Please go
So
on.
you mentioned something that it can collect images, it can collect text messages. So that means Power BI has some kind of like, because I deal with data that from interviews, and I use like in Vivo to code data. So I can code in certain what do they call it? In certain words. So like I'm grouping them. So there's like a word. So if I know, I can link all those maybe like sentences or phrases to a certain word that means so that means there's like a form of coding on Power BI that does that kind of thing.
There is coding part of Power BI, that's mQuery.
Okay.
You write query, you write function. Then there is also Python. Python is integrated with it. Okay. Yes, you can do manipulation of information with code.
Okay.
But it's an advanced part. Not this class will not cover such. But I'm telling you that it's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would appreciate it if I think I'm talking on the behalf of the class and other people that are going to join, that if we can get a video for installation earlier, maybe we can like install already, and in the class we know we are just starting off, not like we're now starting to learn how to install. Maybe the people that have problem with installation can maybe reach out to you if they add you to our platform before.
That's no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Any? Please, there is no stupid question in this place, though. If you know it, you will not register for this course.
May I ask a question? Where are you from?
How? Like how?
State. What state are
you? I'm a Nigerian like many of you here.
Yeah, I'm asking what state, because you have not forgotten your Nigerian nature at all.
At all, Abi.
Okay. Thank you so much for the session. So yeah, any question that is Power BI related?
No, Deji, don't cut him off. I am from Ekiti State.
Okay, all right. So, okay, any question, please? Before we start to go into state of origins. That's part of the data. Any questions? So thank you so much, Ebenezer, for this. Like I said, this will be 3 to 4 sessions. So this is the first one. So even though I would prefer that the installation is done real time as on a session like this, because some people, even if that we do as a workshop, because we have some people that if you leave them to go and install, they won't get it anyway. So normally most of our program, we do the installation on the work, like a workshop, so that everybody knows what they need to do. And
Sure, we'll do it in class. That is, if you remember, I spent about almost 5-10 minutes asking their background. This is the reason why I normally ask in the class. So that will afford me not to assume anything for anybody. Say like if it's declared that everybody here they are from their data unit of a bank or data unit of an organization, I know that those one will have a background of how things work. But all of us will come from different diverse backgrounds, having different expectations. Some of us might have just been the only thing we are doing on computer is opening Word, typing, document, and off you go. You understand me now? But now that having know that I have diverse people here, surely all these things, the installation is going to be done in the class. But our lab is going to be Microsoft presented simulated lab for us, which is more technical and practical. And the lab is from end to end. That is, by the time you come to the lab part of this class, you cannot jump anything at all. You have to finish it. You have to. And the labs are more tedious they are more stressful than the theoretical part of the class, but clearer for us to see. Are you okay with that, AJ?
That's fine. That's fine. That's okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you, everyone. So I think that is us for today. We'll meet up again next week.